All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music, kinda, and doing it in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. So David Lee Roth did something, so everybody is talking about David Lee Roth. It's always a slow news day in the world of classic rock. I'm sorry. David Lee Roth does a cover of a classic song, and people are just, isn't that amazing? It's pretty good. He does a pretty good job with it. And so does the band down the road that's playing these songs every night somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and there's a great cover band out there doing justice to all of these songs that are slowly kind of fading into the woodwork. But before they fade, and before I fade off from this video, I want to give you this. I want to talk about A Never-Ending John's Dream, coming back to Paradise. Great album, progressive rock, unique. Barcelona is where the band is from. Just really a dark horse, out of nowhere, left field kind of thing that I got into. And I've had a lot of people say, hey, thanks for the tip. That's what the inside of it looks like. The back cover, I use CDs for props, right? I stream music, but I also buy music, and I urge people, Pride and Joy Music. They are from Germany, and they're kind of on a roll this year. They've kind of switched my allegiances away from other record labels that I was following diligently. Now, I don't know who to follow. You just hope that you hear something decent. Typically, I will post the music over on Patreon if I find something that I really like. And fans, or at least David Lee Roth fans, are really liking his cover of 8675309 Jenny. Dave calls it That Telephone Song. I don't know. There are a lot of telephone songs out there. That's a telephone number, Dave. Was it Stevie Ray Vaughan, I think, didn't he have a song called Telephone Song? I don't know. I cannot file everything. Some of it just doesn't fit, or the memory is corrupted. I have a corrupted memory. But somebody yesterday was saying maybe you should do a Dan Rather intro on 867. I was like, what? Because they were talking to me about this, and they were like, if Dan Rather introduced the song, it's David Lee Roth's cover of Tommy Two Tone's 8675309 Jenny, and it's absolutely stunning. By the way, this song is 42 years old, 43 years old, depending on if you go with the release date when it came out, and it charted, got all the way up to number 4 back in April of 1982. By the way, Tommy Heath, the guy who a lot of people think is Tommy Two Tone. Tommy Two Tone is the name of the band, but people probably walk up to Tommy Heath and go, hey, you're Tommy Two Tone, right? And he goes, yep, because he's tired of answering the questions. That was the second album by Tommy Two Tone. What was really tragic is they released a third album called National Emotion, which was really good. But the record label did zilch, zero, nada, nothing to promote it. And thus, Tommy Two Tone became a one-hit wonder, flash in the pan. Now, Dave's fans are enthusiastic. Here are the good things about the song, okay? Dave doesn't ruin the song, okay? He does a pretty good job with it. Dave's vocals aren't scatterbrained. They're actually pretty reasonable. And then there's some harmonica. There's some acoustic guitar. So this has a little different feel to it. It's a little more earthy. It's not quite as new wave as the original version. Doesn't have as much drama, but it's still right in there. You can listen to it and go, okay, he's capturing the essence of the song, and he's putting the DLR touch on it. And with every day, for the most part, being a slow day in the world of classic rock, this story has been bled dry by the classic rock media. You go on everybody's website. Don't forget to check out David Lee Roth, he has a new version of 8675309. Are you guys playing this on your radio station? Nope. But we're just going to tell you about it. This is what they do. You know, a classic artist comes out. Why not give this a spin during the morning drive? What? You're going to lose listeners? People would be fascinated driving to work hearing Dave sing this song. You people have no creativity. The people at the top take no chances. Everything is so boring and predictable. Put it on the radio. You know, you've got nothing to lose. Well, Dave, they're going to lose audience. Maybe. By the way, in case you missed it, back in March, Dave also released a cover of the song Jump. Yeah. So when you go looking for Jump online, you might stumble and fall into Dave's version of the song. And anyway, you'll get Dave's version, and Dave will probably make a little bit more that way. You know, he's got you covered. And now he's got Jenny, he calls it that telephone song. It's just kind of weird. The strange thing is Dave still isn't really doing anything significant. He's putting out music occasionally. I think he's still doing his Roth Show podcast. And there is no word yet on if he'll show up during this Sammy Hagar Van Halen thing. It would be cool. Maybe a couple of places. But Dave said, yeah, game on. And then Sammy said, no, back off because you're too weird. That's basically how that ended. And I think Sammy just said, nah, I'm not dealing with the Dave drama because Dave doesn't play nice and so forth. And Dave wants to do his own thing. And, you know, I think Sammy's probably making a good decision. My guess is Dave still could probably show up in Las Vegas. I mean, he could sing all the Van Halen stuff and then work in some of his favorite material, his solo stuff, and then just arbitrary Tommy Two-Tone stuff. And maybe people would show up. My guess is they probably would show up just for the people watching aspect of seeing who actually shows up to see Dave and then to see what Dave looks like. Because every time you see David Lee Roth, he looks different. Anyway, enough on this amazing cover. You go back and listen to the original because the original is obviously better. And if this is going to call attention to the original song, then God bless David Lee Roth for doing that. That's great work on his part. Radio stations that maybe forgot about this song, they're starting to omit songs. I'm not hearing a whole lot of Billy Squier these days, but that's been a problem now for 30-something years. And I think I've done videos about that. Anyway, A Never-Ending John's Dream. And this is their album called Coming Back to Paradise. Really great stuff, courtesy of Pride and Joy Music. This is progressive rock. It's probably not like anything else you've ever heard. You can compare it to things, some bands like Asia and maybe Saga and bands that end in A. Or just, you know, those are the bands that popped in my head. I didn't say ABBA, right? They don't sound like ABBA. Anyway, folks, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for putting up with me. I know this is really difficult to do each day. For those of you who want to help out with the battle against the algorithm, we've got YouTube memberships, we've got Buy Me a Coffee, and Patreon, where I'm constantly getting messages all day long from patrons who want to know things that I don't have the answers to. I am not the answer man. People think I'm like what is it? The who answers? Isn't there a guy like Professor or somebody answers questions about rock? Or does he just do videos? There's a guy that does videos and he goes by Professor. I could be like, I don't know, kindergarten teacher or something. Maybe I might be able to handle that in the world of music. But thanks again for watching. God bless everyone. Please pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world. And I will talk to you soon.